Let's learn how to pronounce full, cool, pull, and pull. This is a really interesting lesson today, and this is a request from a Vietnamese speaker who teaches English. So, this is going to be a little bit of a longer lesson, so bear with me. And I am Jennifer with Tarle Speech here to help you sound more confident when you are speaking English. Let's talk about the beginning sounds of each of the words, the vowels, and then the ending. So we have four words today. We have full. Let's start from the bottom. And that means containing as much as possible. Next, we have pull. And that means to move something towards you. Pool is next, and that is a body of water man made for swimming. And last, cool, which is slightly cold or fashionable and kind of interesting. Very cool. All right. These are a little confusing because the vowels sound very, very similar. And what makes them even more of a challenge is when a word ends with an L sound. That L sound influences the vowel before it because the L is very similar to a vowel. So let's talk about what sounds the vowels are first in a word that does not have an L at the end. So we're going to be talking about the oo vowel in Luke. And to make this vowel, we are going to pucker our lips. Ooh. This is in contrast to the vowel, and that is the vowel in look, look, look. The vowel in Luke, the oo, is very tense, ooh, and very long. The vowel in look, is more relaxed. It is still made with slightly rounded lips, and it is going to be shorter. You may be asking, what about the short U sound that we hear in luck? And with that, it is just a completely relaxed mouth. Uh, uh, uh. So let's look at these vowels one more time. In luck, in look, ooh in Luke. All right, let's try those one more time. Luke, look, luck. All right, now let's talk about the L sound in these words at the end. At the end of a word, you want to make sure that you hold the L a little longer than you think. Yes, you can make a dark L, and many people do that in American English. I do that. However, when I am presenting, I do try to avoid the dark L because the light L that is made by touching the tip of the tongue to the back of the top front teeth, where the skin and the teeth meet on the roof of the mouth, that is where you are going to make your L and you're going to hold it for a little extra second, and it's going to make you sound much clearer. All right, so let's make the vowel with the L. Let's start with the oo. Ool. 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 I wrote this two ways. You can make it with one syllable, ool, or two, ool, ool, ool. Either is fine. If one is easier, stick with that. Next, let's move on to the sound, the less rounded of the vowels. Uh, uh, uh. And we are going to add the L. Ul, ul, ul. So let's contrast those. Ul, 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 ul. When we add the first sound, we have the K, tip of the tongue is low, back of the tongue is high up. We have Lips are closed and then they pop open. This is the tricky one, the F sound. Your mouth is going to be open and the air must continuously move out of your mouth for this sound. Think about touching or gently biting the inside or the outside of the bottom lip with your teeth. Okay, now let's put this all together. Ooh, ooh, cool, cool, cool. And if that's difficult, let's make it 2 syllables. Cool, cool, cool. When you say it quickly, it's going to sound natural and it won't sound overpronounced, but just make sure you start slowly so you make sure you get all of those sounds. Now, pull and pull are interesting. These sounds are merging in a lot of the US. And so a lot of people will pronounce these words the same way. All right. So regionally, you have variations. So if you say pull and pull, everyone's going to understand it. And if you say pull and pull, everyone's going to understand it. So these words are different, but in many regions of the US, they are homophones and are pronounced the same way. So let's practice the word pool. We're going to dive into the pool, pool, pull. Now I'm going to pull, and that's going to be quicker because I really want to get that work over. Pull, pull, pull. The difference again is with the rounding and the tension. Pool versus pull. All right. And for the last one, we have full. And for full, you are going to just have those slightly rounded lips and make sure the air keeps going for the F. Full, full, full. Now, I just thought about a word that I should have added, and that word is full. And that means someone who is not making good decisions or someone who is very, very silly. So we have full, full, full. Again, some areas of the country, these sounds are merging. So they may sound the same depending on where you live in the US or who you are talking to and where they live in the US. So, one more time, let's give these words all a try. Cool, pool, pull, full, fool. Last time, cool, pool, pull, full, and fool. And now for a sentence. Don't be a fool. Pull a chair closer and feel the cool breeze by the pool. Reach into the cooler. It's full. Give it a try. I know people are going to notice the difference. I hope you found this helpful. If you have a question, let me know, and maybe I will make a lesson specifically for you. Please share this with your friends and have an amazing day.